Right. So let me get this straight. The leader of the opposition has just publicly asked Labour MPs to team up with the Tories to overthrow their own Prime Minister. Not through an election, mind you. Just sack him and stick someone else in number 10. And here's the absolute corker. Labour MPs are actually considering it. Welcome to Britain in 2026, where nothing makes sense anymore and we've completely given up pretending politics is serious. Hit subscribe if you want the daily dose of this absolute circus, because trust me, it's only getting messier. Alright, here's what's happening. Kemi Badenoch stood up in Westminster and basically said, Labour MPs, you look properly miserable, so let's work together and bin off Keir Starmer. She's offering Conservative whips as marriage counsellors for Labour's divorce from their own leader. Beautiful. She reckons there won't be another election until 2029. So her grand plan is to help Labour MPs overthrow Starmer and install some new Labour fossil in his place. You know, keep Labour in power, but with someone who isn't currently drowning in the Peter Mandelson scandal. What could possibly go wrong? And this is all because of what happened at PMQs on Wednesday. Absolute scenes. Badenoch asked Starmer if the security vetting for Mandelson mentioned his cozy relationship with Jeffrey Epstein, the convicted sex offender. And Starmer, bless him, said yes. To gasps from the chamber, he admitted he knew Mandelson kept up his friendship with Epstein even after the conviction, and he appointed him as ambassador to the United States anyway. Let that sink in for a second. The Prime Minister knew. He was told in the official vetting. And he gave Mandelson one of the most prestigious diplomatic posts in government. Here's where it gets properly spicy. Labour MPs are having none of it. The Express spoke to backbenchers who sound like they're about to combust. One moderate said it feels existential for Keir. Another compared it to the Profumo affair, which, if you don't know, basically destroyed Harold Macmillan's government back in 1963. They said, and I quote, "He is finished. This is it. He knew. It is absolutely disgusting. He should be ashamed of himself. It is morally reprehensible. Not holding back, are they? If you're enjoying this breakdown of Labour tearing itself apart, go ahead and subscribe so you don't miss when this inevitably gets messier. But wait, it gets better. Scotland Yard has launched a full criminal investigation into whether Mandelson leaked sensitive government intelligence to Epstein. We're talking misconduct in a public office, which carries a maximum sentence of life imprisonment. Life. The Met is interviewing politicians, examining claims that Mandelson passed market-sensitive and confidential information to a billionaire sex offender. And here's the thing. Gordon Brown, the former Labour Prime Minister, has sent relevant information to the Met about his old mate Mandelson's alleged disclosures. Gordon Brown is dubbing in his own former cabinet colleague. Labour is eating itself from the inside out like some grotesque political Ouroboros. In Starmer's defense, I was elected on a mandate in 2024 to change the country for the better. Perfectly reasonable position, except the country is now being run by someone who appointed a man under criminal investigation for leaking secrets to a pedophile. Brilliant. Pack it up, everyone. This is fine. Labour MPs are furious not just at Starmer, but at his Chief of Staff Morgan McSweeney, who apparently was Mandelson's biggest cheerleader for the ambassador role. So the inner circle knew, pushed it through anyway, and now backbenchers are left holding the bag while their government collapses around them. One MP said, "This cannot continue." Another said Starmer will have to be dragged kicking and screaming to the right position, just like with the welfare vote. There's a pattern here. Government by crisis management. Decision-making so catastrophically bad that your own MPs are openly plotting your removal. Badenoch called it. She said Starmer will have to be dragged out of number 10 and warned that Britain is not being governed. And for once, you'd struggle to argue with her. This is a government in free fall. The Prime Minister knew his ambassador pick had questionable ties to a sex offender and did it anyway. Labour MPs are in open revolt. The Met is investigating. And the opposition leader is literally offering to help the governing party remove its own Prime Minister. What an absolute shambles. Subscribe if you want tomorrow's drama delivered with the same energy, because at this rate, we'll either have a new Prime Minister by next week or Starmer clinging to the door of number 10 while his own MPs try to pry his fingers off. Either way, British politics remains the most dysfunctional circus in the democratic world, and we're all just watching the tent collapse in real time. So, who blinks first? Starmer, who insists he's staying put, or Labour MPs, who've just been handed an invitation from Kemi Badenoch to commit political patricide? Place your bets, because this is about to get